Hey, what's up, everybody? Oh, yeah, Monster here. Welcome to Why the Fascination, or WTF as I like to call it. Hope everybody's having a good week so far. I know it just started, but you know, you're that far into the week, it's almost over. A lot of people in chat right now. Awesome. Glad to see that. I hope everybody is well. Let's see. I'm just gonna. Seven Pearls, how are you, hon? Mark, what's going on? Livewire. Rex. Hilton, what's going on? Hi, Sandra. Who else is here? Mr. Lee 3PO, what's up, buddy? Who else? Who else? Who else? Murray, how's it going, man? Good to see you. So yeah, hey Sandy, how are you? Yeah, it's another night of just kicking it. No plans. I'll probably post the link for the show in the chat in a little bit if anybody wants to come on. Seven Pearl says it's gorgeous there lately. Yeah, well, it's funny. When I saw it, Seven, it was raining too. But I'm glad you're having good weather over there in Mississippi. Ida Bustamante, what's happening? Rex Hand, good to see you. Scotty B, what's going on? Forgot what I was going to say. Oh well. So yeah, I think either Friday or Saturday, probably Friday. We're going to head up the coast to one of Lynn's properties. It's one they call the fish camp. She calls it fish camp. And what's going on, Duke? And there's a lot of property around it. There's water. There's fishing. It's fish camp. But it's kind of in the middle of nowhere, so it could be a little, you know. Christopher Van Zylen, what is up, amigo? How you doing, buddy? That's my son, guys. Christopher, good to see you. How's the baby? Hope the baby's, one in almost one in a month. 13 months. Damn. Papa Craig, what's happening? Yeah, so we're going to go up to this property. I'm going to check it out up there. There's some work that has to be done up there. But then we're probably going to shoot over to, actually, we're dropping off. One of the dogs is getting a new home. This gorgeous golden retriever, excuse me. Going to go to a new home. You know, somebody who wants to make it a working dog, and it really needs to be a working dog. He's got a lot of energy, and probably get the person's taking it to probably get into search and rescue. It'll be good for that dog. Hate to see it go. Good dog, just a little overpowering though. Just goofy as hell. So we're going to drop off the dog, and then we're going to head over to the property where we just did 168 hours with Carrie. We're going to head over to that area, and we might be meeting up with Jimmy Barr, possibly. But I want to go and set something up, set a camera up, and get somebody on the road. So I can try to debunk these lights that we saw. It's going to be a little difficult, just because there's more foliage on the trees, and there are a lot of trees along that roadway. But the light's coming through. I'm pretty sure I'm right about this, but we'll find out. Sandra Pink, how's it going? Remiel, nice to see you. So yeah, it'll be easier if Jimmy shows up and we hook up and we can all do this and debunk it. Definitely going to follow through with this. Of course, my dog is going to be the one making all the noise. 8 dogs in the house, and mine's got a mouth off. Blue-eyed Northern, how are you? Good to see you. So yeah, I'm gonna have to address this because she won't stop. Hang on, guys. Give me 1 sec. Really? So, where were we? Yeah, so I'm going to go up and we're going to debunk these lights, hopefully. Cashew, good to see you. Welcome. I want to say thank you to all the moderators. You guys are doing a wonderful job. I couldn't ask for better moderators. LA Swamp Ape, what's going on, man? Josh? Yeah, so we're going to follow through and try to figure out the lights. It's also in an area where a possible sighting occurred, and that's in our a Bigfoot sighting or whatever they saw. So of course that's on our mind too. But definitely going up there and gonna figure it out. I got to follow through. I got to figure it out because it's just gonna bother me if I don't. Crow Creek, what's up, man? How's it going, Tony? What else is going on? Oh, I started fishing. Yeah, I went and got my license. I broke down and just because I didn't get my driver's license changed yet, so I just got a non-resident license. What did I miss? Yeah, Duke. Duke says it's a relief when you can debunk something, but when you try to debunk it and can't, it can be disturbing, no doubt. Well, hopefully it's not too disturbing. No, if I can't, and then it's something else, it's something else. But I am going to try to prove what I think it is and see what happens. Hello, Judy. Yeah. We'll go up. I'll bring, we're going to go up with some equipment. I've got the FLIR now, or FLIR. Wish I had a thermal, but I don't. Lynn just got a FLIR. So yeah, we have some stuff we're going to go up with because we're going to be after dark. And that place is creepy after dark. As a matter of fact, I should go check the moon phase because we were there during the full moon, which was pretty neat. It was scary. It wasn't scary. It was creepy because of all the shadows. As soon as that moon came out, there were shadows everywhere. FLIR is thermal. Forward looking. What's the night vision? The one that Bradley gave me. I don't know this shit. Yeah, so I was saying about the moon. I said the next time I go up, I wanted to go up during a new moon, so it's complete dark, and you don't have all those shadows. I think that would be really, that would be creepy. I thought it was kind of cool with the full moon, because it was bright and we didn't have to use our headlamps a lot. So what I am looking for, I'm actually going to the Weather Channel on my phone. I want to see what the moon is. What's today? Oh, happy 420. Yeah, the 26th will be a full moon, so no, it's gonna be bright out, but that's all right. Um, yeah, that's what I'm doing coming this weekend. I'm looking forward to checking out her property too. Um, Anybody wants to come on tonight? Come hang out for a little while. I will post the link in chat. Actually, right now. Yeah, anybody wants to hop on, feel free to click that on, and we'll come on and bullshit. I've occupied 11 minutes alone. Yeah, hi Sharon. Hoosier, what's up? Sawdust Beast, what's up, Mark? Did you guys have a show tonight? I got so lost tonight. I was like preoccupied. Oh, I checked out this new series on Hulu. It's called Sasquatch, and it debuted today or premiered today. It's like a 3-part series. It's kind of a crime docudrama. It was interesting. I enjoyed it. It's not what you expect. Well, it was good. What this guy goes through as a journalist is impressive. So, this guy gets a lot of credit. So check it out. It's also called Sasquatch. It's on Hulu. It's not a monster movie. It's not. You'll see, but it's pretty interesting. It's funny that it was. Well, it's not funny. It was planned, I guess, for to be released on 420. Enough said. Judy, you saw it? Right on. Yeah, we watched just the 3 episodes or 4, whatever it was, this afternoon. Who else? Yeah, the premise is this guy is on a pot farm back in '93, and these guys come in the door and they're freaking out, of this cabin, and they're saying how somebody was killed and people were killed, and the guy forgot about it, not just walked away from it, and then 26 years later he revisits it and tries to figure out what happened, because they said these people were killed by a Sasquatch. So Zach Squatch says disappointing. Well, it is what it is, dude. It was good. I enjoyed it. They did a good job on it. That guy put himself into some shitty situations. Ruger, what's going on, buddy? Here we go. What's up, man?
Are you talking to me?
No, there's someone behind you. Well, they're gone now. How you doing?
I got a blue box here that says you're in the show, but the show is not.
Oh, because I see you, I hear you.
You're breaking up, dude.
It's not lying. Well, it's probably not me, dude. It might be your reception. I hope not.
My reception, probably so.
Not mine. Although, oop, guess I insulted him. No. Yeah, pop back on, Ruger. Actually, it could be my reception. This is new. New studio, new place. I knew what I was dealing with in Arizona. Who knows? I haven't had an issue here yet with the reception or the internet. So, Paul, what's happening? Well, try again, Ruger. It's up to you, man. But it was good to see you briefly. Who else popped in here? Bobby Younce, how are you? Linda Bennett, hello. What are we talking about? Crow says Ruger is just cloaking. What's up, Mid-South? There, it says device is not connected. And I am going to post the link again. All right, I see you there, Ruger. Hold on a second. The link is in chat. Right there. Whoop. Wasn't me. No, I got connection. I think. Well, now we have to get somebody else to come on and test the theory that it's his end and not mine. Like how that works? Hanging out in Gassville, Arkansas? Where the hell is Gassville? Ruger, that's all right, brother. Don't worry about it, man. It's all good. Did I see Lockbeard in here? What's up, man? Or did I just see somebody say his name? Oh, there he is. Oh, yeah, so I went fishing for the first time the other day. Didn't catch shit. Get Lockbeard on the show. He knows how to get in touch. There's a link in the chat. Yeah, I'm just hitting up this little canal over here. I went twice, 2 days in a row, nothing. I did hook into something. Like it took the bait, but it didn't take the hook. And then today I caught it was a bluegill, but it was a big ass bluegill. I mean, it was over 10 inches long. Like I was impressed with that size of it because I finally broke down and bought night crawlers and just threw them on a bobber with a small hook, and it worked. I just determined to pull any fish out of that damn canal. Michael, what's up, man? What does he say? Hey, Mogs, you probably have 2 different type UFOs. To close your signal. Okay. Larry, what's going on, man? I don't have to send a link. It's in chat. Here, I'll do it again. Pay attention. See, Mid-South found it. Mid-South, what's happening?
What's up with you, man?
Not too much, man. Not too much.
You said Gasville. Where the hell's Gasville? It, Gasville is 8 miles from Mountain Home, Arkansas, and 4 miles from the Missouri border in the Ozark Mountains. The population of Gasville is 1,076.
Damn.
And the property I'm living on right now, I came across a woman today. I was having bad times. I was living in a tent in Gamelia, Arkansas, which is on Lake Norfolk. She gave me this bungalow here that it's got a 1-bedroom. It's got a living room, kitchen. No indoor plumbing is the only thing, so I'm shitting in the woods.
Well, if a bear can do it, why not you?
Yeah, Sasquatch can do it, so why can't I?
There you go.
Man, I had some whistles here a little while ago that came up from on top of the mountain. The backyard goes down into a valley to a creek. The creek is called
Schitt's Creek?
It is
I think I've been there.
Denaya Creek is the name of it. And then there's a mountain that goes up back behind it. There's no people living back there. The only people that's living is right here on this interstate that's behind me, which you may hear a car or two pass by. But yeah, what's the great thing about this woman is she has been in tune with Sasquatch ever since she was a kid.
Oh, wow.
They've lived out here 45 years. They've lived here before the interstate was here.
Hang on, dude.
Yeah.
No, Duke is pestering me. I'm kidding.
I'm sitting outside, so
talk away, man. I can bring as many people. I can bring 10 people on here if I wanted to. I just got to take a moment. You can talk, and I'll.
Well, I'm wondering why I can't see chat.
So, there should be on the right-hand side.
Comments.
Go to comments.
Okay.
Hit comments.
I got it.
There you go.
All right. Ruger Ridge, what's up? Ruger Ridge. What's up, Tony?
Yeah,
I started a live stream here a little while ago, and I was like, where the hell is everybody at? So I ended my hey, Bigfoot Radio, what's going on? I ended my stream. I said, it must be a bigger channel on. So yours was the first one that popped up. And I said, okay, here we go.
Bigger channel?
Yeah, you're bigger than I am. I say bigger channels. I go by subscribers, I guess. I don't know. Shit.
Hopefully I don't hit the wrong thing here.
I'm drunk.
Yeah, dude, I've been my subscribers are just stuck. Like they're I was averaging like 100 a month and it just stalled out. So I'm not sweating it. Not at all. I'm more for the quality, not the quantity.
Yeah, I'm more for bringing the truth to the American public.
Duke, I sent that to you, buddy.
Yeah, I just want to bring forth what I film. Nothing's altered. Nothing's CGI. There ain't no. I've got people that come on my channel and say, "Oh man, that's fake. Oh, that's CGI," and I'm like, I don't even know how to create CGI. I don't even know how to do that. I mean,
I have no idea.
I bring forth what I see. I bring forth what I film, and that's it. There ain't nothing.
That's the way it should be done, man. Just keep it honest. You know,
I'm boots on the ground. Everything comes out of my pocket. Don't ask for anything. Now, I have asked for help here the past week because I like depleted that small ass check that the government gave us. That didn't last no time.
Yeah, I didn't get one. It's all right.
Well, if you did, it wouldn't have lasted. It lasted me a week. It lasted me a week, and that was good. I mean, I spent money on a tent. I spent about $300 in groceries, and I bought lights because I don't like the dark that much, and I gotta have some lights. So I bought some of the biggest spotlights and flashlights a person could have. I got a spotlight that goes for about a mile.
Damn. Toby, what's happening? Thank you very much. Toby says, Mogs just wanted to stop by and show support for you and your channel. Right on, man. Appreciate it.
All right, my screen's stuck. What's going on here?
No, I see you. Like, I see reflection. Are you wearing glasses? Because you're very dark.
Yeah, I got my reading glasses on. And it's like that. My screen is stuck. I got Paige Craig, Linda Bennett, Meredith Ann, Judy, Linda, Ruger Ridge, Daniel Lundy, and that's it. And it's
Daniel
stuck
was
in
the
that
last
one
one.
position. I can't even switch to private chat. Anyway, I'm not here for to read. If I do, I'll jump back on chat. But yeah, Mog, so you moved to Florida, didn't you?
Yeah.
How you liking that?
I'm digging it. We haven't had the real heat yet. Experienced some humidity. It rained the past couple of days, which was nice.
Humidity is what really gets to me. I was born and raised in southern Louisiana, a little small town called Narco. It's where all the shelled oil refineries and chemical plants are at. Maybe that's what's wrong with me. But the humidity level is really bad down there. And I've been to Florida many times. I've been all over Florida. Just recently, a couple years ago, I was down in Destin where the hurricane hit, and I was remodeling a former boss's condo that he had down there. And the humidity level was it was awful. And with the salt water coming in, it just kept me congested. Wow, that was a whistle. Did y'all hear that?
No.
There's some owls. There's some fake owls around here too.
Oh yeah.
She was telling me a little while ago, she said, now, if this was an owl, this son of a bitch has to be as big as a damn vulture, as big as an ostrich, she said, because when this thing screams, you could feel it in your chest. And I said, well, that's not an owl. That is a Sasquatch screaming if you can feel it in your chest. And I know that for a fact. I mean, I've had 12 encounters in my whole life. And I had one scream at me that sent chills down my spine. I mean, it scared the shit out of me when it screamed at me. Oh, there it is. What's up, Paul?
What's up, man?
Ollie?
What's going on, Paul?
I'm not hammered. I'm shaving. I got a haircut.
I'm not clean.
I'm almost normal.
I woke my ass up at 3 a.m. for this shirt.
It's a clothing company out of New Hampshire, Chaos and Kindness, Recycle Percussion. They were on America's Got Talent. Local guys, dude. They make clothes. They're just good humans. They had a thing, if you woke up to the sale they had, you got.
Just froze up.
I would want a shirt that said, though, I woke up at 3 a.m. for this shit.
Paul, you froze up.
Yeah, so yep.
There you are. There you are.
Tell if that's a light or an
I'm
orb.
moving like a Sasquatch, Mogs. Look. I gave the warden a knockout pill, so she's out cold.
Oh, there you go.
So I won't get in trouble. No, I'm kidding. She's sleeping. Yeah,
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter how she got in
I
that
was a little
condition.
loud last time I was on. That's where the lifetime ban came from.
Scotty B said, "Paul, what hair?"
Oh, I've got that problem too, so I wear a hat.
Oh, I still
Yeah,
have
I
hair.
don't have no
I
problem.
still have hair. It's just gray as a fuck. I look like an old ass bastard.
Man, me too. My hair is getting gray as shit. So is my beard, my goatee.
Yeah, so if me, you, and Mogs were standing in the woods together, they'd think we three geriatric squatches.
Oh, let's make it here. Let's make it 4. What's up, Duke?
Howdy,
Right.
guys.
Hey,
Oh,
Mr.
Duke's on. What's up, Duke?
Hey, guys.
How you doing,
What are you
man?
doing?
All right,
Loving the
gentlemen,
fact that
I
it's
just
not
want to
snowing
let you know
presently like it did
well,
last night.
See you guys. Take care.
We got a snow front coming in tonight.
Oh, I'll
We're
talk to you
watching
soon.
it on the news now.
Yeah, I heard the weather was getting crazy across the country.
Yeah, it's spring, so you expect it here, but you don't expect it to be like 70 during the day and it's snowing the same night.
Yeah, that's a little strange.
That's right. Because earlier today I was in short sleeves, and now I've got a thermal on, a jacket on, and sitting by this fire, which just went out.
Doesn't work as well when it's not going.
Yeah.
Yeah, that happened to me once where I was in Arizona. I went to visit my uncle. This was
I'm
years
gonna go
ago.
in, so maybe y'all can see me better.
And
I'm not great to look at, but
it was like 70 or 80 at night, and then during the day, and then we went up to the Mogollon Rim, and I didn't know, didn't think about elevation change, and yeah, I didn't have. I was in shorts, and we were camping, and it snowed.
Yeah.
It was miserable.
We get that during August in my research area where it'll be like 95 down in the valley. We have to run down there to get something from the store and then do the 25-mile drive back up into the mountains where we're camping at. And the whole time we're going down, we're taking off jackets and sweaters and extra shirts until it's like 95. And then on the way back up, we're putting on the shirts and the sweaters and the jacket. And we get back up there and it's like 45 again.
Yeah, that's a drastic swing.
Yeah, when you can drive it in like an hour, yeah, it's pretty brutal. You don't have any time to get used to it.
what you drinking there, Moggs?
Just some Gatorade.
I had
Normally I drink
some,
water, but I'm out of water.
I splurged the other night and I bought a 4-pack of blueberry cider, hard cider. That's made up here, and I tell you, 2 of them, that's all it took.
Yeah, I don't indulge anymore.
I usually don't drink alcohol. That's the first I had in like a year, and it was only because I was by myself, and I seen it. I love blueberries. I love anything that's blueberry, and I said, well, I got to try it, and I really could have saved that $8 that it cost for 4 cans of beer. Yeah, it wasn't worth it. It wasn't that great.
Let's see. Zach Squatch. Hold on. Zach says, Mogs, any expeditions in the works? Just the one in November, but I am going up to that same property this weekend at some point, and I have some debunking to try to do, Zach. So, that's closest I'll get to an expedition.
Tomorrow, we're going to the most haunted places in Arkansas.
Oh, wow.
We're going 4 miles up the road to the Cotton Gin Bridge. Is one of the most famous haunted places in Arkansas. Supposed to have some Sasquatch activity up there. She knows where a crossing's at, where they cross at. So it's going to take, we're going to leave at about 4, get there at about 4:30 and start hiking up the trail. She said it's about 2 miles off the road. And this gin is right on this little creek bank. So we're going to stay out there till about 9-10 o'clock at night and see what happens. And I'm going to go live, so I'll have a live show then.
Right on.
So that would be pretty cool.
Sounds
Well,
spooky.
what's that, Duke?
Sounds spooky.
Yeah, it does. I'm really excited to go see that because I mean I just love spooky places. And there's a cemetery she wants to take me to that's up on a mountain. It's an old Civil War cemetery, and we're gonna do that sometime this week too.
Yeah, I enjoy old cemeteries. I think
I want to go to the Brown Springs Cemetery. That's where I want to
I'd
go.
like to
Where
check that one out too. That'd be cool.
Jared and Tex and all them go to. I'd like to check that out.
I know a
Dave,
couple
I plan
people.
on doing. I plan on doing a little trip and going to see D over in Oklahoma here pretty soon. So
Oh, very good.
hopefully I'll be able to get anywhere near that area. I don't know how far she is from Brown Springs, but I know it's at the Texas Oklahoma border somewhere.
Somewhere around there.
I know a couple people that have been to a very old cemetery in Folk, Arkansas, and they say that's just scary as crap too. One was there right as the sun was getting ready to go down, and they were like, I'm leaving.
I'd like to visit down there too. I think Bill and Carol King are from that area. So I talked to them a little bit on Facebook. Yeah, I'd like to see that area. Bill and Carol King's got some awesome footage, man. I mean, they've got some pictures of some Sasquatch that are just amazing.
Yeah, I saw them interviewed on. I forget where it was. I remember seeing those two talk to somebody, and yeah, they were cool, really impressive people. Mr. Lee 3PO says Brown Springs. That sounds creepy. Yeah, there's been some sightings down there.
Yeah, there's been some a lot of Dogman sightings down there.
There was a show the Bigfoot Outlaws did a few years ago where they had a list of places that they wouldn't go to do Bigfoot research anymore, and that one was on them.
Really?
Yeah,
Yep.
I remember that.
Due to danger factor, or
Yep.
I noticed on Facebook. Where'd my cigarettes go? Shit. Anyway, I noticed on Facebook in a couple of groups, Eastern Cryptid Encounters and a couple others, this guy is asking how to call a Dogman up.
no?
I'm like, dude, you do not want to meet a Dogman. Not in person, not in the woods. I don't care how much firepower you got. You do not want to meet a Dogman. They're not your friend. They're not something that you want to fool with. You know,
No.
they're mean, and their main goal is to eat you. I mean,
Man, Dogman's pretty much just a jerk and doesn't want humans around. But I'll tell you what, I can tell you guys how to stop a charging Dogman. It's pretty simple. You just take away his credit card.
Okay.
I know it was
No. I've had one encounter with a Dogman, and I wish I've never had it. I mean, if it wasn't for four guys on four-wheelers who were armed to the teeth that came around a bend, this thing would have jumped onto me and tore me to shreds. It is the scariest thing I have ever seen in my entire life. I never want to see one again. I never want to encounter one again. For those that say they've encountered one and or interacted with one, they're a liar. They're a total liar. These things, I mean, I don't know if these things are government made or have been here on Earth all this time, but they're not to play with. They're nothing to fool with. There's nothing.
Yeah, the ones that are government made are the ones to stay away from because they're killing machines.
The government has made these things on Border Patrol. I've talked to guys that's worked on Border Patrol on the Mexican border. They've got some stories. I tell you what.
Oh, I'm sure
the government has unleashed these things on the border and to take care of these aliens, not the ones from outer space, but the ones from across the border, to take care of these things. And it's astonishing to hear that. But to hear these guys tell the story you just have to believe them. I mean, because just the look on their face tells you right then and there they're telling the truth.
Rocky Elmore.
So, Dawn of the Dead. What's up, everyone? Have any of y'all seen Godzilla versus Kong yet? Definitely worth watching. Thanks for that.
Yeah, I don't watch Hollywood movies anymore. I used to get into the horror genre, but
I don't even watch TV anymore, dude.
yeah, me neither. I don't watch TV. There's a flat screen here. She told me, she said, well, there's all these channels, sci-fi channel stuff. So I don't watch TV.
Yeah.
From what I've seen out in the woods, there's nothing compares on TV from what some of the things I've seen. Some of the things I've videoed,
Sure.
there's nothing that you can imagine in your head that some of these things look like. But I get tired explaining that on Facebook. I mean, I've got people on Facebook. Everybody believes that Sasquatch looks like Patty of the Patterson Gimlin film. That's the way they look, and there's no other way they look differently. And I'm like, sorry to say, but there's several different species of Sasquatch from Canada all the way down to Florida, and they don't look the same. They're just like humans. Each one looks different in each and every way. Facial features, hair, skin tone, color, height, everything is different. And your skunk apes look totally different from Sasquatch.
I've heard that some of them, like Mark Zasky and some other people have seen them down here and said they're green. When they blend in, you're looking at them, they look green because of the way their hair, they absorb the color around them.
Their hair fiber is translucent, and whatever foliage they're hiding in, they blend right into it. And
additionally, some of those skunk apes down there have algae growing on their hair too, so they're literally green in addition to their blending abilities.
That's right. Yeah, they stay so wet and in the swamp that they got the algae and the moss grows onto them, and
sure,
and plus they're wading around in it all the time, and they're not too particular about pulling it out of their hair immediately. It's like natural camo.
That's right. That's right. And these things are wild. They don't go home and groom themselves like monkeys or sit there and pick ticks off of one another, or maybe they do. I don't know, but the ones that I've seen are mangy looking. They're just, their hair is all matted and they've got shit hanging out of their butts and they stink. And
Down of the Dead 420. Hold on one second, dude. Is this channel about cryptids of all kinds or just Bigfoot? It's anything, dude. We kind of lean towards Bigfoot, but you got a story to tell. You have an experience. We cover everything.
Yeah. And not just Bigfoot. We sit here and bullshit a lot of times too.
Do you fish?
Yeah, we talk about mermaid attacks too.
Now, I just found out earlier that Lake Norfolk has got some of the biggest crocodiles of our. Hey, we got Pearl on.
Hey, Pearl.
Hey, Pearl.
Hi, Pearl.
Hi, guys.
Lake Norfolk has got some big crocodiles, and I'm like, oh man, I'm so glad I didn't go swimming. It'd be like Lake Placid. I could just see it now. One just snatched me.
Mid-South, you mentioned something earlier about you had an owl and a fake owl. Well, I'm in South Mississippi, and last night, I don't know, 2:30, 2:40 in the morning. I was up really late last night, and I had an owl, and it's an owl that does visit a mulberry tree outside my bedroom window, and he's a rather large one, but he does visit. But last night he hooted, okay, and that was a normal owl. And then all of a sudden, not long after that, it was a very long hoot. And I knew that was a fake hoot. That didn't come from the owl, and so it's like, and of course I got up, I got out of bed and said, hey, y'all aren't allowed in my yard, man.
Sasquatch mimic different animals. They mimic coyotes. They mimic owls. And even in the rural areas, well, in the city areas, they mimic a lot more than just animals. I've heard one try to mimic a police siren before when I was living in Memphis. And the Shelby County National Forest, which is right on the Mississippi River, backs up to Memphis. And I've got a lot of footage of that area. I've got a video that's called 038 to timestamp 042. Creature blinks 3 times. That video I'm trying to have analyzed by either Bigfoot anthropologist or another or somebody else. I've got Sasquatch in that video that in the first like 45 seconds, you can see one jump from tree to tree. He jumps from one tree and goes to another, and you can see it. I mean, you can see the full body from head to toe, but it's a quick second. I mean, you have to really be looking for that quick glimpse. But also in that video, there's 2 Sasquatch that are standing in front of trees. One of them's crouched by a tree by the roots, but you can see it. It reaches out and grabs something off the ground and pulls it back towards it in the video. It's one of the best videos I have. It's kind of blurry, which of course, I'm using a cell phone, and I don't care if you got the best camera in the world. You point it at a Bigfoot, it's going to be blurry. I don't know whether it's the infrasound that they use or what. I got kind of stuck there. All right, there we go.
Trick is to don't aim it directly at them. If you put them in the center of the field of view of the camera, they will be blurry. You put them over on the edge, they won't be.
That's right. And that's the way it is with this one that's jumping from tree to tree. I've got the camera pinned on one that's crouched at the foot of a tree, and then off to the side, to the left, you can see this one jumps over from tree to tree. And I didn't catch it. I had one of my subscribers who caught it, and he texted me about it. He said, "Hey, go look back at the video and look up to the left." And I did, and sure enough, it's one. It just steps over to the next tree. It's just a split second. So I'm trying to get somebody to analyze that video and try to slow it down, zoom it in a little bit better, because the apps that you get on your phone just don't work right, in my opinion. I can't never get a good slow motion. You can slow the speed down to 0.25 playback speed. I put it on my big screen, and then I slowed that video down to 0.25. Then you can see it. But it's just trying to get people to see it, out there. Everybody's got a time schedule, and not everybody sits and watch YouTube like we all do, but I guess they got better lives.
Well, I'm not real tech savvy, and Duke, I've discussed with Duke my encounter when I was a very young girl. I was a teenager, and I've talked with Duke kind of behind the scenes, and the one I saw was like an image of the Genoskwa that is on one of Duke's thumbnails, and that's a flashback. I still work through that. So when I have, an owl hooting in my tree, and then, I know that I'm hearing a fake hoot, because my encounter was eye to eye, and it shakes me up a little, because it wasn't more than, 7-10 miles to the southwest of me that encounter happened. And I kind of wonder if they just sense you out. They know
as soon as you walk into the woods, they know you're there.
What I'm getting at, though, is my encounter. I'm up in years, and my encounter was when I was a young girl. And I keep wondering if it's the same one coming around to check me out.
It could be. It absolutely could be, because most people that do have encounters when they're a small child and they live in the same area and not leave, it's usually the same one. And it might have been, you know, back when you was young, it might have been of your age or close to your age. So
Oh no,
the
no,
Sasquatch, they
no,
they know what you're thinking. Believe
no.
it or not, they know what
This
you're
one had
thinking.
knocked me off a tree platform the day prior, and I never saw what hit me. And I landed about 10 foot off that platform on my back and hit my
What did
head.
it hit you with?
I don't know. I didn't have a mark on me except the knot on my head. I had seen a wave, like a mirage wave, go in front of the woods as I was watching leaves fall from the trees. It was a peaceful day, and I never knew what hit me. Okay, I just know that I got knocked a good ways off that platform, landing on my back. Hit my head, went home, and I got really curious. And the very next night, moon was out, and I thought I'd go sit in my favorite sitting tree on a canal that's got loggerhead turtle and moccasin in it. And I kept hearing 3 to 5 inch trees snap and a grunt, gruff growl each time he snapped. Trees coming up from where the tree platform was and heading towards the tree I was sitting on. And I think they're acrobats. Yeah, I think they can.
Oh
They're
yeah,
they can swing and do and
they
pop
get up
in
in
and
them
out of
trees.
portals. Okay, but it was 8 to 10 feet from me, and I'm only 5'1.5". It was at least 8 foot tall, larger than life, and I didn't have too many avenues out of those woods, and I was flying on the top of air through really, through the thickets of those brown thorny brush.
Oh man,
Yeah, I was bloody
I
by the
can't
time I
stand
got
thorns.
home.
I get up in thorns. It's like thorns stick to me for some reason. It doesn't matter which
Hard
patch
to
of woods
hide.
I go into, I get into them thorns, and it's just a mess.
But this was a very aggressive one. This wasn't the kind that y'all were talking about. Yeah, there's different kinds. Well,
Dinosaurs.
Right,
when I was
and
young, I really thought that, oh my, are they all like that? And I was really relieved to see other people's research and find out no, some are more human-like. And
yeah,
Duke, would you intervene and discuss the types? And I've spoken at length with Duke about my encounter before, because he's the only other person I know that's come face to face with a Genoskwa like one, very aggressive and lived to tell the story.
I've,
Because
uh,
because those are usually the people that end up on 411.
yeah, you're right. Uh, and I'll say this, and I don't care how many people disagree or knock me for it. These things ain't your friends. They may, uh, they may become a little adjusted to you and where you live. If you live on property and you've lived there all your life, down through generations, like the Fox Clan did with I can't remember their names, but uh, them type of Sasquatch, they get attuned to humans and may be accustomed to you being there, but they're not your friend. They can snap at any time. I mean, they're just like a wild dog. They'll bite you in a minute, and the strength that these things have, they can twist your head off like a bottle cap. They can tear you from limb to limb. And
Mid South, did you ever watch the Glag Saga on my channel?
No, I didn't.
You might want to watch that before you continue on with this. Let me go to the 4 different kinds of Bigfoot that we have so far established are actually on the continent, potentially 5. Type 1 are the patty type that everybody thinks all the Bigfoot look like that. No, they don't. That's mostly just Pac West Bigfoot. Type 2 have round heads. They're more common in the South. Type 3 it depends on who you talk to. I class Gubby as a type 3. But I think skunk ape is a separate sub-variety all on their own because they don't seem to match up with either type 1 or a type 2. And I know somebody that's got a group down in Louisiana where they're mostly type 2s, but they've got a skunk ape with them. And he obviously is not the same critter as the other ones he's hanging around with. And then if you go further north, then you start running into your type 3s, whereas generally the gugwe seems to be in mountainous areas for the most part. They seem to like higher altitude, probably because they're more subarctic. And then the type 4 potential is the Wendigo Genosqua type, which are similar to the gugwe, but they look more like a regular Bigfoot. They just have shark-like teeth, and they got talons on their fingernails.
Yeah, I agree with everything you're saying, Duke. I understand that.
But I know people that interact with Bigfoot. Some of them talk to them. Some of them not only mind speak, but physically talk to them. Kevin Lang hung around with one for 5 years. That was his best friend. You need to go watch.
I know Kevin.
Yeah,
I know Kevin.
That's the Glag Saw. So they're not all aggressive. They're not all dangerous.
And
Some of them can be your friend. Yeah. Well, you're just throwing out all these blanket statements like they're all this, they're all that. Bullshit, dude. They're all individuals, and different types have different attitudes.
Right. That's right. You're right about that, Duke. I'm not saying that, you know, they're all, and I wasn't going there to where I was going to say that they're all, you know, not mean or angry, but
the majority of the ones we got on the continents are type 1s and type 2s, and for the most part, they're shy and retiring and not really that dangerous. The ones that will take humans, they're getting blamed for the ones that will take the humans. And frankly, I'm getting sick and tired of these fucking propaganda clickbait artists going around trying to say Bigfoot ate my fucking Winnebago, and they're making up some bullshit story, or some shit actually did happen and some other cryptid did it, and they're trying to blame Sasquatch for it. Pull your fucking head out of your asses.
Okay, and let me open another can of worms while I'm at it, guys. You know, the watered down genome. All right, you know, everybody who's wanting to say, okay, they're more human-like than others, the watered-down genome. You know, I'd like to present the situation of, okay, for hundreds of years, if they're they have to still be mating with humans to be, you know, to have more human-like ones that are in all the encounters and lots of encounters that we're hearing about, knowing about, that are online, that people are talking about. Okay, number one, do they practice insemination and fertilization? Number two, are they shape-shifting to be able to mate with humans? Because that's how the fallen angels did it way back when. Okay, and number three, if you're leaning towards they're just human, you know, what about the one I saw that was definitely, oh yeah, they had eyes and nose and a mouth and 2 feet and 2 hands. But I can tell you what, that looked more like a beast than it did a human. And so I'd like to present, you know, some critical thinking and some free thinking by just asking people maybe to, okay, they're more human-like. Well, you know, who are they busy mating with as humans nowadays to keep the human bloodline in their bloodline?
Well, I can add another piece to that puzzle, and that's that I know a government insider that used to be on a kill team about 25 years ago that went around for NATO collecting cryptids. And what they had to say is that, yes, there are multiple varieties, and one interesting thing they always brought up is there's purebloods and hybrids.
That's right.
Purebloods. That means there's purebloods that aren't mating with humans, but there's hybrids that are not only mating with us, but other things probably. And that's where some of these weird things are coming from.
Yeah, I called them purebloods elders.
Yeah. And they're the ones you're probably not going to run into because they're too smart.
They're the ones that stay hidden, and they don't want to have nothing to do with humans at all.
Yeah, they let the little peons run around and do the interacting with untrustworthy humans.
And Moggs, thanks for letting me just pop in to discuss a little of that. Because when that owl hooted last night, and then I knew I heard the fake hoot was way too long. Ooh, I mean,
you emailed me and said that you heard the owls, but you didn't describe, you know, how the second one sounded.
Well, I'm going to back up Mid-South on something he said. They like to mimic animals. Any animal in their environment they've heard, they'll try and mimic it. And they'll mimic motorcycles and cars and logging trucks and chainsaws and whatever else. Now, the most hilarious mimic I ever heard one do is he had to be a giant alpha male, just judging by the vocalization. He was trying to mimic a bullfrog.
What?
And you know, you got an 800-pound squatch mimic a bullfrog. It don't fucking sound right, especially when you can hear him on the opposite side of the canyon. And there's the other point: you're in a canyon where there is no water for there to be a bullfrog, and you're way up by the top of a mountain. But there's this really huge bullfrog on the other side of the canyon making this weird croaking sound about every 30 seconds for about 20 minutes. And you're like, knock it off, dude. That's not even remotely close to an actual bullfrog. All you're doing is giving your position away.
Well, I have to admire people that are researching and going out, because in my 30s, one slapped my tent while I was camping. I used to camp alone a lot in my 30s. I loved it. And I have not been able to go camping alone since. And I have not gone out in the woods alone since. So I really have to admire the courage of people that are. And I do respect all people's research. Curiosity killed the cat and satisfaction got it back. And people are very, very curious, and they may not be taken into consideration that, be careful what you wish for. You might get it.
I'll tell you what, the only reason that I still go out in the woods is because of the Patterson-Gimlin film. And that's kind of backwards. Most people don't have that attitude. Because the first one I saw was very likely a type 4. And I went, well, I'm never going in the woods again. And then I saw the Patterson-Gimlin film and I went, wait, that kind of looks like what I saw. That's totally different than what I saw. So this PG thing is what everybody's calling Bigfoot. What the hell did I see? Because that wasn't anything like this frickin' thing.
Okay, Duke.
So then I went, well, if these other things are all over the place and they're not apparently very dangerous, then most of the time it's probably safe to go in the woods unless you got these other Arctic horrors hanging around. So I was like, okay, there's more than one kind, for sure. There's more than one kind. Then I started talking to people down in the south, and they went, well, no, there's a different kind down here, too. Okay, so there's 3 kinds. How many kinds are there? And you start getting a read on what are these different types' attitudes like? How do they behave? How does their behavior vary? Now, one of the things I've noticed that's real interesting is the type 4 that I saw that had the friggin' shark-like teeth and the talons for fingernails. His face looked a lot like an orangutan or a skunk ape. Didn't have a human nose, very flat, no nostrils at all, not hooded. Long, huge distance between the bottom of the nose and the upper lip. Mouth went from almost ear to ear. It was like looking at a freaking Muppet. His mouth was so big. And then, of course, having it full of shark-like teeth made it that much worse. But This thing didn't look like a type 1 or a type 2 or anything like a human. And it didn't have a snout on it, so it wasn't a Gugly or a Dogman.
I feel that a lot of them are interbreeding, and there's new species out there that we have not seen or come in contact with, and I think there's a lot of mistaken identity that's going on a lot too with that fact.
Totally agree.
Not only that, but what's been created in underground labs that's been let loose on the earth. We can't rule out that either. We might not.
I lived in Pine Bluff, Arkansas. I lived in Pine Bluff, Arkansas for 5 years. They have a genetic lab in Whitehall, Arkansas. It's I'm trying to remember the name of it, but it's a gene lab where they mix genes from other animals and human. And that's where my Dogman encounter came from, was Pine Bluff, Arkansas.
Well, in the 30s, they also mated chimpanzees with a human, and that was down in Florida.
I seen this on YouTube the other day, and then they're sharing it now in Facebook, where they're mixing human DNA with monkey DNA and growing it in labs. I can't remember the name of the video, but it's on Facebook and on YouTube right now.
Right. It gets more bizarre. Yes.
They're genetically creating bureaucrats.
Yeah. Some genetic
they need to downgrade their intelligence. They're not quite stupid enough yet. Combine them with monkeys, that'll help.
Well, in creating awareness, which is what most people online that are presenting YouTube like Moggs and creating awareness. I really feel that, where they're even the ones, even people that are, bartering, trading, playing games with the more docile like ones, there's got to be a sentry somewhere. I
Yep.
believe it's the sentries that do the abducting. I believe of humans. Okay, I believe even though the watchers may be docile and yeah, people are forming relationships with them, I really believe that the sentries are the ones that are swooping down and abducting people. And and there's just got to be a way. There's too many encounters, thousands and thousands of people saying that they've come across ones that weren't aggressive. They've come across ones that were relatively friendly. Yeah, they scared them, but they didn't come forth and harm them and do anything out of the ordinary. And I really, really feel like those watchers, they'll pretend to be people's friends, sure, to get a relationship going with them, and to keep them curious and still coming in the woods. But how long is it going to be before a sentry, before they go a little too far in the woods and a sentry swoops and gets them? Don't you, even though you saw a violet one when you were young, and isn't that in the back of your mind when you go exploring?
I don't generally go exploring. I go check an area out. I bring people with me for the first few times, and we're all heavily armed. After we know what's there, then we come back in a different attitude, depending on the situation. But I don't get any reports of any type 4s or type 3s from around the mountains here. The only thing we have to worry about are grizzly bears and mountain giants, which are equally problematic in different ways. But I think one of the things people don't think about very much is exactly how smart these guys are. Now, let's assume that they have a primitive society and a tribal structure and they actually communicate with each other, which, by the way, they do.
They do.
They've got their general rule is you're not supposed to interact with humans. You're not supposed to be seen by humans. You're not supposed to be having anything to do with humans. Now, if one particular group gets real friendly with the human and starts interacting with them, the next group down the line may find out about that and decide they're going to step in and put a fucking stop to it. And all of a sudden something bad happens to the human, or something bad happens on their property, or their dog gets killed, or shit like this starts happening. Well, who's actually doing it? Most of the times the human in question has no idea that it's not even his clan doing it. It's the neighbor clan down the road that wants him to knock it off. Somebody I know was almost killed because he was interacting with the Bigfoot clan, and the other Bigfoot clan didn't like it and tried to come in and rub him out. And the clan he was interacting with actually saved him. So
Wow.
They're so complex, they're so intelligent, and they're communicating with each other just like we are. And don't forget, they're all individuals too. The ones you need to worry about are the ones that are by themselves, because they're social.
Right.
If they're not with a group of other Bigfoot, there's a fucking good reason for it. There's something seriously wrong with them. Those are the ones you need to
kicked
worry
out of the
about.
clan, or there was something mentally wrong with them.
Yep, exactly. And sometimes those mentally unstable individuals will run into other loner, mentally unstable individuals, and they'll make a little gang of gangbanger Bigfoot, which is probably the worst frickin' thing you can run into, other than being way out in the middle of nowhere where there's a clan that doesn't go by the rules and they're just eaters.
Yeah, because that's when you see one and there's another one behind you, or there's another one beside you.
Yeah,
they're boxing you in. I've had them try to box me in before, and it's not a good feeling.
Nope.
And I've had them herd me out of the woods, and I've had them try to box me in before. And I was just lucky. That's all.
So what is your take on Nephilim theory, guys?
That subject there, I don't believe they're Nephilim. That's my opinion. I mean, Duke, I don't know about yours.
Well, I've asked them, and they say they're not. So,
Well, like
in fact, they got very insulted that the question was asked. Nephilim or Occam, and they're giants. And
Nephilim's mentioned like I think 4 or 6 times in the Bible. I really believe that in the Bible, when they say the beast of the field, that God created the beast of the field, I believe that's the Sasquatch. You know,
Well,
they
if
were here
that's true,
before
they
us.
have a soul, and then they have something to answer for. And if they're part human and part beast, and they've enmeshed with human beings, well, they've already broken the rules.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
that's why most of them are non-aggressive and non-hostile, and they don't hurt humans because they realize that, like, hey, we're
Well,
related to
and
these
not only
we're
that,
related to these idiots, and it's
but
negative to kill people, and they're technically people, even though they're stupid and little and don't have any hair.
but is that a human soul, a half a human soul trapped
Yep,
in a beast? You know,
yep,
guys. I mean,
yep.
I have 21 questions and probably 1,000
Well,
questions.
let's be biblically accurate then, since you brought up the Nephilim. We're talking about three different things, and it all goes to old Hebrew words. Nephilim are the fallen angels that came down to earth, mated with humans, made giants. Nephilim are their offspring. Those would be the Titans. Both of those were wiped out in the flood. Anything
And
that's
don't,
after the flood that's a giant is called Rephaim, which means
Raphael.
the risen ones. And that's very interesting connotations on that. If you're looking at etymology of it, it almost makes it look like they're talking about something that's undead. Like these things rose from the dead. So what are they talking about? Well, how did they survive the flood and come back again? Well, one option that comes to mind is being in a stasis chamber underground, like as if you were dead. And then after the waters recede, the stasis chamber opens and you rise from the dead and you come back
Well,
to the surface again.
all right. And then factor orbs and portals and vortex into that.
Yeah. Well, Bigfoot, most people don't want to believe that they have paranormal abilities, and they do. And some of the orbs that we're seeing are them in spirit form checking you out, where you
That's
can't
right.
shoot them because they ain't physically there, but they can
That's
see
right.
what you're up to.
I
And
believe
some of
that's
the
what
natives talk about they can actually do this with animals. They can take over a wild animal and basically see through its eyes and send it to go spy on you and see what you're up to.
Yeah,
And
that's
I used to think that was complete crap until the last 2 years when we started having wild deer coming into frickin' camp all the time for no damn reason. And I mean, like coming right 10 feet away from you and they hang out for an hour.
I had
What
that.
the,
I
what
had
the
that
F
2
is
weeks
that all
ago.
about? You know? And during hunting season too, even
I
less
had that.
believable.
I had that 2 weeks ago, but not only that, but 2 weeks ago I had 2 deer come into my camp. Their eye shine was green, and
Yeah.
about 100 yards behind them, I had some deep orange eye shine that was about 8 foot off the ground. That was standing on a ridge. That I was on a mountain, and I was on a shelf, on a rock shelf, and about 100 yards down, there was 2 orange eyes that were following these deer. These 2 deer came within about 20 feet of me and sat there and stared
Yeah.
at me.
They were trying to avoid the Sasquatch. That's what happened the first time they came into our camp, because a mom and 2 yearling daughters came into camp. She walked right up to the friggin' fire pit. She was like
I got
less
it on
than 8 feet
video.
away from us. Yep, so do I.
I got it on video. It's about 5 videos back, but it's on YouTube, and
Yep.
you can see them. At first, I thought there were Sasquatch because they were bobbing up and down. Their heads were bobbing up and down, and then I got right up on one. I was like 10 feet from this deer, and I'm like, huh. I'm sitting here talking to deer.
Yeah.
Right. The little
Then
critters
right
aren't afraid
behind
of
it,
humans. You know
I
something.
I noticed right behind it these 2 deep orange eye shine in the back, and it was staying far enough back to where I couldn't see its silhouette. All I could see is the eye shine, and every time I tried to move a little bit closer, it would move a little further back. So I knew that was a squatch. I knew it without a doubt.
Well, the first time it happened with us, it was at night, and the Squatch chased them across the river into camp, and they wouldn't leave until the sun came up again. And we know it was a Squatch on the other side of the river because we heard him do mouth pops a couple of times. There's no animals that do mouth pops, okay? So that was Sasquatch chasing them into camp. Now, being that they were there all night, we got a nice chance to get a good close look at them and videotape them. And the next time we were up there is every time since then, they've come into camp during the day. And every time since then, we videotaped them and took a close look at them. And it has never been the same deer. Those are not tame deer wandering in a camp. They're not even the same breed. In one case, it was blacktail. In another case, it was mule deer. So what the F is that all about?
And I'll touch on some indigenous stuff here. There are people that do know ways to see through the eyes of animals, to go spy on other people, and to check on them. And there, a lot of that is a dark medicine practice. That is the misuse of ancestors, predecessors' souls that are dead, and calling them up from the dead, and using those souls that can channel through a living human soul to allow you to see, to be able to see through the eyes of animals. And that's not something that, pardon expression, indigenous peoples want spread around. They don't want that knowledge spread around that, yeah, that can happen. It does happen. And yes, it is practiced. And I'm a little bold and brazen coming out and explaining that. Okay.
Skinwalkers and brujos and that sort of thing. That's fairly common. The Chusa and all that kind of stuff, especially the shapeshifter, black magic workers. But what I found out from my sources that are actually mind speaking with the Bigfoot is they have ones on their side that can do that too. They have negative ones that have black magic powers too.
Yeah,
and you really need to stay the hell away from those ones.
Yeah, I had a couple ravens land in my yard today, and that's generally
crows are one of their crows and ravens are one of their eyesight and or I should say like sentinels.
Yeah. Well, even if they're not seeing through their eyes or anything, crows and ravens are freaking smart, and you can train them. You can easily teach those to be your little spies. Hey, see any humans? Run over here, set up a stink so we know about it. Here's your treat. Yeah, that's pretty easy.
I believe all the animals are in tune with Sasquatch. That's why when the woods get totally quiet and you don't hear a bug, nothing, that's when your alert senses need to be on. Because once the woods go quiet, there's a predator, there's an alpha somewhere near you. Listen to the woods. I mean, that's one thing I've learned in my research is to listen to the woods, and they'll tell you a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. You need to be aware of your surroundings, and anytime you're in a different environment that you're not used to, that isn't,
Yeah, but it's
something you're not accustomed to.
Be aware of your surroundings at all times.
Be aware. Always be aware of your surroundings.
That's right.
And where a lot of people end up getting in trouble is they're in the same patch of woods that they've been going into for 20 years or something. They're so used to it, they're not paying close attention to what's going on.
And they believe that they're like
invincible because they've been there so many times. Yeah, exactly. And it's the same thing as if, I've been to big cities a million times. Yeah, and then you go to a new big city you haven't been into and go in the wrong neighborhood.
Complacency can risk
life. I lived in Memphis for 25 years. I've been robbed at gunpoint at least 4 different times. So, and within blocks from my house.
Yeah.
So the woods is still the same. I mean, you can go into that same patch of woods every other day and nothing will happen, but it'll be that one time you're not paying attention, you're not listening, and that's going to be your downfall.
Yeah. And unfortunately, the critters that we need to look out for are the same ones that either have huge ranges or don't have like any range at all, and they just wander around. So you can encounter them pretty much anywhere. You need to always be aware when you're in the woods.
Right, because where my encounter happened was, it was in a city. Civilization sounds weren't far away.
Yeah.
I've had several encounters outside of Memphis in the Shelby National Forest, and also on the Wolf River. The Wolf River was one of my main research areas. It connects to the Mississippi River. The Mississippi River is a main highway for them. They travel back and forth from Canada all the way down to Louisiana, through the Mississippi River.
Right, and Carl Gautreaux was in chat earlier, and I was trying to get him to come on Mid-South because Carl, and his wife, they're over in Lafayette.
Yeah, I know Carl.
I would have loved for Carl to pop on. Moggs, I really thank you for letting me through the door tonight. I appreciate it. Duke, it was great to just see your face and talk with you and discuss some things. Mid-South, more power to you. It's a Louisiana night. Moon is, the moon's still out. And good luck with your squatching. And I just
I'm in Gassville, Arkansas right now.
Oh, you're in Arkansas. Okay.
Yeah. I'm up by the Missouri border. I'm 4 miles from the Missouri border
Well,
in the
I have
Ozarks.
relatives in Campbell and Malden, and yeah, I mean, I kind of really
I'm
know
8
that
miles.
area in the
I'm
Ozarks
9
too.
miles from Mountain Home is the nearest city from here. But I'm like smack in the middle of the Ozarks. My backyard goes straight out to the mountains, and
Land
it's
of the Ozark Howler.
it's
And
cool
if
to
any,
sit
and if
outside and
anyone,
listen.
I'd like to address chat. If y'all had questions for me, I didn't have chat open while I was up here, so
Yeah,
just
me neither.
forgive me. And maybe Moggs will take up the slack on some of that. Thank you, Moggs, and thank you, Duke, and thank you, Mid South, and I bid y'all adieu. Good night.
All
Night,
right,
Pearl.
All
Pearl.
right,
You have a
bro.
good
Thank
night.
you.
Great show.
Pearl's a nice woman.
Yep.
Yes, it is.
She showed me what Southern hospitality was all about when I was
Yeah.
on my way down when I was traveling to Florida. I got into Louisiana and I couldn't go on anymore. So I gave her a call, and because she had put it out there, she offered me a place to go, and I gave her a call and said, "Is it still available? You still, does the offer still stand?" She said, "Absolutely." So I drove that 2 extra hours, and she put me up, and I forgot all about Southern hospitality. I'm not from the South, and it blew me away. So, Pearl, thank you very much again. I know I've said it before, but I can't help but thank you. Anyway,
I haven't been down to Louisiana since the early 80s, I think was the last
yeah,
time.
this was in Mississippi though. That
Mississippi, Arkansas, any of those deep south states. The only other one I've been in off and on since then is Florida. Lived there 3 times.
Yeah, that was my first time.
I've been all over Florida, and but I'll never live there. Just a
You
little
say
bit too
you
close
never
to the
lived here?
ocean. I'll never live there. It's just a little bit too close to the ocean. They have too many hurricanes, man. I mean, and look how small the state is. I mean, Louisiana right now is going through the sea level is rising like every year it rises another foot, and they lose land, and it's sinking. It's actually sinking. The boot heel of Louisiana is actually sinking. I don't think Dolphin Island's there anymore. Uh, Grand Isle, there's still some patches of Grand Isle that's left, but the ocean's taking it back. You know, this the government's pulling all this sand out of the ocean to create concrete, and all this weight that they're making with these skyscrapers and everything is pushing down on the landmass. And I mean, the ocean's going to take it over sooner or later. That's why I moved up to the mountains, and I want to be on some firm rock for when the apocalypse comes. Oh, I'm going to some caves here either tomorrow or the next day. I don't know. She's got some caves she wants to show me where she knows that there's some family units are living. And the woman that property I'm staying on, she's very in tune with the Sasquatch. She's also a white witch. I mean, she's practices white magic, but she's been in tune with the Sasquatch all her life. The first one she's ever encountered, and I'm gonna get her on to one of my shows and have her tell her encounter. Her first encounter, it was her and some friends were down by the lake, and they watched one that was in the lake come out of the lake and was angry and came up and smacked the back of their car as they were leaving. That she said it was very angry and it was not happy they were there. So I'd like to hear more of that story, but I told her to save it until I get a live show on and have her come on. And she's a little bit reluctant. She said she doesn't like to go publicly with a lot of her findings, with a lot of her research. And she doesn't have a channel or anything, but I think I can get her there though. But yeah, these caves, I'm really interested in going to these caves because I'm like really close to Crystal Caverns and Crystal Springs, Arkansas. They have a lot of caverns and caves down there. But I'm really interested in going exploring some of these natural caves that they're not publicly, seen every day. They're not a tourist attraction or nothing. They're up there in the mountains and they're untouched by human hands. That's the ones I want to go to. But I'll make sure I'll pack my 45 on the way up too.
Duke, what's your thoughts about, like you said, you go out into the woods armed? Like I caught shit from people. We went into we were down here in the woods. We were armed. Mm-hmm. I wasn't. People I was with were armed. And people are like, you're going to look for Bigfoot armed? What's your thought on that?
Like I said, it all depends on how you define armed. We're always armed when we're out in the woods, but armed with what? If we're looking for Bigfoot, we don't have projectile weapons with us. We got a machete or we got a friggin' battle axe or something like that. You can jump by a mountain lion, you're going to cut his friggin' head off, okay? But you don't have any projectile weapons you can go pew, pew, and shoot at Bigfoot with. Bigfoot appreciate that. They get a lot closer when they don't have to worry about being shot at. When we carry guns is when we go into an area initially when we're doing a recon to see if there are any signs of Sasquatch being there, what's in the area, because you could be running at anything. Not only just, crazy ass giant moose, grizzly bears, timber wolves, mountain lions, whatever. And then you've got other, the off variety cryptids that could be wandering around in the area. So until you've been in an area once or twice pretty well armed and reconned it, you shouldn't be going in there unarmed. And that's especially true here in Montana, where we're in the animal attack capital of the whole continent, even beating out Alaska. We have more animal attacks per capita in Montana than anywhere on the continent.
Wow.
And when I go out there with my team, we don't have guns with us. If anybody has a gun, they're keeping it in their vehicle the whole time. We're all strapping with, spears and machetes and broadswords and katanas and battle axes and crap like that. Short range. If anybody tries to jump us, we'll dissect it.
Torches.
Yeah. Peasants with pitchforks. But yeah, so we found it because of this approach where when we're in an area where they're around, they'll get really close to camp because they're not afraid of being shot. They know, first of all, you're probably not inclined to even shoot at them. And secondly, there's no sign you got guns around anywhere. And they've come up on camp. We've had, people with guns there. But again, they're trusting us that, well, these guys are with you and you guys are always peaceful. And, the first time they had ever been there. So they're all paranoid as shit and they got a gun in their tent with them. Whatever, just keep it there,
You ain't gonna do nothing but piss one off if you shoot one.
Pretty much. And that, and again, unless you got a solo one of the solo psycho ones that you're dealing with or something, well, you're shooting one, the rest of them are kind of getting pissed off watching it.
That's right.
They're liable to do something about that.
Yeah.
Pull your arms off, like. Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah, I tell everybody, you do not want to shoot one.
No, always a bad plan.
Especially not with no little 9mm or especially not with 22. Man, please.
Yeah. All you're doing is pissing them off. It's just like shooting a human with a pellet gun. You break the skin and piss them off.
They're mosquito bites to them.
Yep. Well, I can't hang on the show too much longer, Moggs. I got to quit monopolizing the internet here because my roommate's back and wants to use it. But thanks for letting me on the show. It was great to see you.
You're always welcome, dude. And, thank you.
Just give you guys a heads up here on Friday. I'm going to be back on Spaced Out Radio again with Dave Scott.
All right.
And to make it extra way more fun, I'm dragging Randy Caveman Yazzie with me. So Dave is going to have both of us on there on Friday. So let's go. Let's flood the Spaced Out Radio chat room and see if we can give them the biggest chat room numbers they ever had. It should be pretty easy. I think they topped out at 242, so we should be able to beat that. Friday? This is on Friday at 9 Pacific. Just had William Lunsford, guest who's been on my show multiple times. He had him on there last night. And, of course, William kicked ass because that's just William. So now we got a hard act to follow. Me and Caveman have to team up to try and equal William here on Friday.
I I don't catch spaced out radio too much since I moved back here. It's because now it's on later. I'm like, shit.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. It's a lot easier when you're in almost the same time zone. There's only 1 hour difference from here to where he is, and now you're like 3 hours difference. So.
Well, you and I were in the same time zone.
Yeah.
You know.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. He's in Pacific, and we were in Mountain, or I am in Mountain. You were. But yeah, I used to live in Florida too, so enjoy the super hot.
Where the fuck haven't you lived, dude?
I haven't lived on the East Coast. I have not lived
in Florida.
I have not either. I haven't lived
that
on
doesn't
the
really
or
count.
the west. When I lived in Florida, it was in Daytona Beach.
Yeah, Florida's like its own country.
It was like
people in Florida explaining that to me. I said, "Well, isn't Florida part of the South?" And they're like, "No." Listen to people around here; they all got Yankee dialect.
Yeah,
they don't have a deep South drawl.
It's New York.
So what are you saying? I say, yeah, they said, "Well, if you drive far enough south, you drive out of the south and go back into the north again. That's Florida."
Yeah, Florida.
And, okay, I'll accept that for the local natives in Florida who have grown up here and should know better than me.
Yeah, I found that weird, man. You know, I go on everywhere I go. The first time I noticed it, I went into a 7-Eleven.
They still have 7-Elevens?
The woman behind the counter started talking, and I was like, "Where in the Northeast are you from?"
Yeah.
He's like, "New York." I'm like,
yeah, there's a ton of New
Jersey.
Yorker transplants in Florida.
She was from New Jersey.
Yeah.
A lot of New Jersey people down here, too.
Yeah, lots of Jersey and New York people. And then the local rednecks down there are the ones that are keeping it a red state because they like their pew-pews. But anyway, thanks for letting me on the show again, you guys. I got to head out here, and everybody have a great day. And I'll see you again on Thursday when you have your show on, Mox.
I will, and then we'll come check you out on Friday.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Guaranteed awesomeness. I'm going to make sure that Caveman tells the Cookie Monster story again. And everybody loves the Cookie Monster story. It's only the most hilarious Bigfoot story ever, so I wonder why.
Well, awesome, man. We'll check you out. I'll see you Thursday here, and then I'll check you out on Friday. Thank you,
you guys. Take care. Have a great night. Bye-bye.
Take care.
Yeah, I'm not too far.
It's good to have Duke on here. I love listening to Duke talk.
Well, Moggs, I got to go myself, man. It's getting kind of late, and I got to get some heat going on in here. I'm starting to get cold. Everybody in chat, I'm sorry if I missed you. I didn't have my chat on either. But it was great being on the show. It was
I'm glad you came on, man.
I'll do it again sometime. Anytime.
Absolutely. And good luck with your channel.
Thanks.
I don't know. How often are you going to do something like, a little more consistent, or are you just going to throw out random stuff?
Right now, I'm trying to get a podcast together. I'm wanting to do, because I do some live shows called Hanging Out with Mid-South. I'm trying to get a podcast together. I have to get with YouTube, I guess, on that. Or I need some help with it. I've got close to 1,100 subscribers right now, and so I'm thinking about doing a podcast. I'm getting kind of old to get out there. I mean, I'm still getting out there every day and every other day, but my bones are starting to tell me, I need to start staying in more. So
it keeps you young.
Yeah, I'm in my 50s, so I'm in my upper 50s. But I'm wanting to do a podcast. A lot of my subscribers are wanting me to do a podcast every week. So I'm trying to get that started.
Right on.
But other than that, I just do pop in lives, and I do some. I schedule some, and some I don't. If I don't get anybody on within 5-10 minutes, then then I know everybody's off on somebody else's channel. But
I'm gonna try if I know I can get a signal, I'll do more lives. Like pop. Just
that's a hard thing.
Random lives.
Is getting signals up here, because I can stand in one spot and get the best signal in the world, and take 2 steps over and just completely gone. Screen's completely gone.
Well, I was really surprised when I did the live show from the expedition. I was in the middle of friggin' nowhere, and I got a signal.
Yeah, that's the way it is down in Gunner Pool down here. It's one of my research areas up here in Arkansas. I've got a lot of research down there. It's in the town of 51, Arkansas, and it's 9 miles from the nearest interstate, and it's like down in a valley that's where 3 mountains come together, and it's there's no electricity. It's all they have a bathroom there that have I don't know how the bathroom situation is set up, but it's like you look down there and it's like a 20-foot drop down into the water. But it has no electricity. It has no running water. Everything is all primitive camping, and there's no cell signal whatsoever. You have to go about 6 miles up the road before you get a cell signal. And man, some of the structures that I found out there, and some of the activity that it's wild. I mean, they come right like y'all were saying, they come right into the camp. They'll come right into the camp with you at night when everybody's asleep, and they'll press on your tent and slap your tent, and it's really scary.
I
But
bet.
it's wild. I love going down there. There's a waterfall down there that's really neat to camp under, and I'm really stoked to go out there again. But where I'm at now, in Gasville, that town, Gasville. I thought, is that where everybody get their gas from, or what? But this is going to be an experience here with this lady Anna that has this property. She's been here 45 years on this property, and she's very in tune with the Squatch, and she's going to show me where there's a den and there's a dwelling of a clan that she knows of, that she's in touch with, and she's going to take me there tomorrow, and I'm going to try to do a live stream from it, and we'll see what we can get on camera. But man, my fingers are numb from holding my phone up right here.
You got to get yourself a little stand.
So I'm gonna go, and I'll catch everybody on another stream, and I'll see y'all later.
All right, bro. Thank you very much for popping on.
All right, Moggs.
Talk to you soon. My door's always open, so you're welcome anytime.
All right.
All right.
Bye, guys.
Well, that was cool. Everybody popped in at once. Right on. Thank you guys for coming on. Pearl, Duke, Mid-South, Ruger tried earlier. What am I missing? Somebody. Damn it. White Wolf, what's up? Nice to see you here. Jake, what's going on, man? Haven't seen you in a while. Who else is in here? Let me just scroll up. Guys, I apologize if I missed any questions or any comments that you guys want me to get to. I really didn't see that many. Who else? Just scrolling anyway. If well, what do we have? We got about 20 minutes left. If anybody else wants to pop on, let me know, or I'll just you want to come on for about 15-20 minutes and bullshit, say hi, anybody. Here, I put the link in chat. If you want to use it, use it. If not, it's no big deal. If I bail, Ruger, thank you very much, man. If I bail a little bit early, I'm not going to sweat it. I'm in the mood for a cigarette anyway. Can't smoke in the house. Oh wait, I do have. Anyway, Last of the Wilds, what's happening? Good to see you. So, Jake, where's your other half? Where's Adam hanging? Murray's pushing Lee to come on. Lee's just too shy. Pussy. Oh, did I say that? No. In due time, I'm sure Lee will get up the courage and come on. Geez, Murray's been on before. Just saying. Hey, last, man, have you gotten anywhere with that documentary you want to do? Let me know. I hope you're getting somewhere with it. Joe says I only smoke when I'm on fire. White Wolf says I only smoke in my garage. Yeah, I'm an outdoor smoker. I always smoke cigarettes outside. Everything else gets smoked inside. Well, not only inside. Anyway, let's get off of that. Sawdust Beast. Did you have a show tonight? No, today's Tuesday. There was last night's show. Thursday. That's what it is. Thursday. See, so you still have a little habit. Dip a lot of snuff. Well, listen, brother. Let me know. You gonna come down this way? Let me know. We'll hook up. For those of you who don't know, Last wants to do some sort of documentary, and when he gets it all together, he would like me to narrate it, and I think that's an honor. I'm really impressed that you asked me to do that, so I'm looking forward to it. What's up, Joe?
Not much, man. How's it going?
How are you?
I'm good. Just got back from Arkansas.
Oh, right on. How'd that go?
Fantastic. I froze my tail off at night, though. It was cold.
Was it?
Oh, yeah. I had a good time up there. Good trip.
Yeah, I kind of got lost as far as the weather. You know, I got down here and I just kind of paid attention to what's going on down here, and then I look around, you know, on the radar weather and the news, and people are getting their ass kicked with snow, and I'm like, what the hell happened?
Yeah, the wind blew hard the whole time up there. I couldn't get my drone up, nothing like that, but man, I had some interesting things happen. It was
really?
Good trip.
Right on. That's awesome.
Beautiful country up there, too. We was in the Ouachita Mountains, a place called Brushy Trail or Brushy Creek or something like that. Way back in the woods, in between some mountains. Nobody's been down there for a long time, and nobody around the park whatsoever. It was cool as hell.
That's cool. Yeah, I'm gonna go out this weekend. One day, Friday or Saturday, back to the property where we did the expedition. Hopefully, I'm gonna meet up with somebody there. Another person who's was at the expedition is going to be at the next one, and try to debunk these lights that we saw. I have a good idea of what they are, so, and it's in an area. What's that?
That sounds kind of interesting. The little orgies y'all saw out there. I'm interested to see that.
Yeah, so hopefully Friday or Saturday I'll get some answers to that, or
And you went back. You went back out there,
more
right?
questions.
You
What's
went
that?
back out there. Right? You went back out there, right?
We went up there about a week later to do that run because we had to go back to where we were, pick something up. But that's when it was after I came up with the theory of what I thought it was, and we went up there, and the road that we were traveling had a lot of trees on it, so it was testing my theory. But I have other ideas on how to test it, so we're gonna try to do that this weekend.
Did y'all actually see some drones out there flying around?
Kerry had a drone that he flew out there.
I mean, I heard somebody else was flying a drone out over where y'all were, or something like that.
I have no idea.
Somebody said a drone that wasn't there. Was it y'all? Somebody was flying a drone up there spying on y'all or something like that. Might have been just BS, but
I do remember Mark saying something about that, but I didn't experience anything. Supposedly, there's an area where they were flying, whoever it was, government, whatever, flying drones, and the only way you could see these drones was with night vision.
oh yeah,
And that's when they'd show up, but we didn't experience anything like that.
it's been too damn windy. I bought this brand new drone, and every time I go out, it's too windy to put it up.
Mark just brought something up. Mark says, food for thought, Mogs. If it was an automobile, the engine would have shown on the thermal, not from 5 miles away. I think we're seeing it from at least 4 to 5 miles away. But the thing is the way we're seeing it is picture standing in the middle of the road and just looking straight down a road for 10 miles. Anything that comes at you is coming straight at you. That's what these lights are doing, because at this point where we're looking, I think we're looking directly down that road 4 miles away.
Was it some old logging roads, or what kind of road?
No, this is a highway
a highway.
But it's a long ways away. People said, "Oh, we look for roads," and you didn't look far enough. Then this is all my theory, and I'll get up there this weekend and see if I can either prove it right or prove it wrong.
Yeah, that's my biggest deal, is trying to debunk something that we when we first got down to Arkansas, my wife made a Bigfoot howl, and shortly after that, we heard something in the woods just screaming at us, screaming. It went over. It's on the video, and I come to the conclusion it was a bobcat. Bobcats can make some strange noises. But it could be. Everybody says, "Oh, Bigfoot mimics this and mimics that." So I'll leave it like this: it could be a Bigfoot mimicking.
Always leave them guessing.
You gotta watch the video. And then I'm gonna tell you, y'all gotta watch the videos. There's some strange stuff happening to us out there too. I mean, Arkansas, where we was, it's just simply beautiful out there, man. I mean, it's just awesome out there.
Really?
Lots of creeks, and wasn't no shortage of water supply or food supply out there, which is, in my opinion, is one thing a Bigfoot needs to.
Oh, absolutely. It's key habitat.
Yep.
And that's funny, because when I was in Arizona, that's the one thing I always looked for was, if I were to look in an area, where would I look? And it would be water supplies, and I know those areas have food supplies. Here, it's a little different. There's water friggin' everywhere.
Yeah. And it seemed like everywhere I turned around, there was some kind of creek or something running around through there. Like I said, just where we was, right behind us, about maybe 100 yards, of a little creek running through there. And it looked spring fed, because the water down there is so awesome looking. Kind of a greenish color, but I mean, you get right up on it, it's just as clear. You can see all the way to the bottom and stuff.
Crystal clear.
I sure want to go trout fishing up there.
There's some rivers here that I'm going to check out that are like that on the Gulf Coast here. I think Peace River is one of them, and that's not far from here. And it's crystal clear, and that's where you can swim with manatees and
Oh yeah,
you know,
yeah.
it's so crystal clear.
I like the way manatees look, but I don't know if I want to swim with them big old suckers.
So Brandy says, Mokes, can't you Google Earth it and see if there's a road? That's exactly what I did, Brandy. I did. I Googled it, and I pulled out further than anybody else did as far as, you know, looking at it from further away, and figured it out, because where we're looking, where we're seeing these lights, we're looking in the exact direction of the road, and that's what I think it is. And I think I'm right. Could be wrong. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
You always got to put that out there, though, you know, because you'd hate to say it's a certain thing, and then 2 weeks later somebody come back and say, "Hey, look, now you know driving down that road or something," you know, and then it makes you look like a dummy. You always got to try to debunk it. You always got to put something out there. That,
no, I open my mouth. I have to back it up.
Right. And that's what I do. I try to debunk everything, and when I can't debunk it, it can only be two things: a human or a Bigfoot. You know, because I can't give it a whole lot away because of my videos, but some stuff happened that it can only be done by a human or a Bigfoot. Put it that way.
Now you're putting them out, or you've put them out? These videos.
They're coming out. I still got the Fairfield Lake videos out, but Facebook banned me from reposting my videos because somebody reported it as spam. So I can't post my videos in any of the Bigfoot groups in Facebook, and that's where I get most of my views. And they've banned me for 7 days because somebody reported it was spam. I'm like, how the hell a video about Bigfoot spam? You know, watch the damn videos, fact checkers or whatever you have from Facebook.
It's ridiculous.
So I lost a lot of.
Somebody's always going to have an issue with whatever you do. No matter, you could win a fucking Nobel Peace Prize. Somebody will have an issue with it.
I had one guy leave me a message said that my videos gave him a headache because I was walking carrying the camera. If you need to get a gimbal, I said, well, hell, if you think I need a gimbal, I'll feel free to send me one.
Absolutely. No, but I agree with that though. And like when I was filming, I was like apologizing for not having a gimbal. Because I can't watch a video I'll get motion sickness. I'll be like, oh, turn this off.
Just like my latest Fairfield Lake video, there's an owl that flies up into the tree after I do a couple of calls, and I'm looking through the viewfinder of the camera trying to find instead of looking up trying to find him, then go looking through the viewfinder and going all over the place.
Yeah, it's funny how we've trained ourselves.
Yeah. But I did get zoom in on the owl, which is pretty cool. Got a real good close video of an owl up in a tree, a barred owl. I want to say hi. Can I say hi to somebody? Sharon and Mark Dogman. There you go, Mark.
Say hi to anybody.
So I just wanted, because Sharon asked me, said, let me know if y'all get up there and get up there safe. And I went on Facebook Live.
Oh, right.
Let her know. And Mark, he's been following me for so long. And I think I consider Mark as a friend.
Awesome.
He's a good guy. Maybe one of these days I'll get down to Australia and see him and go fishing with him.
Mr. Dogman.
he fishes for shark and stuff. I'm like, I fished for shark one time on a charter boat down Gulf of Mexico and caught a pretty good sized shark. And I was like, damn, I got a shark. It was awesome. It was like about 4 foot
I've
long.
caught shark before, but there's a lot of shark here too. So
This was a lemon shark. Is that what they call it? Lemon shark?
okay, yeah.
And we was keeping all these shark thinking we
Good
could eat
time
them.
here in the Gulf.
We was keeping all these shark thinking we could eat them, because I never had shark before. And then we get back to the dock. The guy says, "All these lemon shark ain't no good to eat." Well, why you tell
really?
that?
Well, I've had spiny dogfish, which it's a sand shark. Actually, in Mr. Lee 3PO might agree with this. I heard that they used a lot of these spiny dogfish for fish and chips for the fish part of the fish and chips over in England or in Europe. How true that is, I don't know.
And I think, Mr. Lee, you need to get your butt on this show right here. Get some dead shine, get on here.
Mr. Lee 3PO says, I want a shark tooth necklace. Yeah.
Mr. Lee and Mark Dogman on your show, I think at the same time would be awesome.
Right?
You'd have an international guest on your show.
That's either that or we can get Helton on from New Zealand. Yeah. No, I'd love to get these guys on. It's up to Mr. Lee to get over his shyness. And
Mark too. Mark, he's shy too. He don't want to be on camera or nothing. But you like to fish, and Mark loves to fish. I mean, that's what he does all the time. So I think Mark Dodman, get your butt on the show.
See, now Mark just said down here the gummy shark and the school shark are used in the fish and chip market. So, okay.
A gummy shark, is that like a gummy bear?
That's funny. All right, on. Well, guys, we're at the 2 minute mark, 2 hour mark, just about. Joe, I want to thank you for popping on for the next.
Hey man, thanks man. I missed the last couple of your shows because I've been busy and stuff's been going on, and so I finally made it back on. So I thought I'd come back and
I won't hold it against you.
I hope not, because I like being on your show. It's fun.
Oh, I love having you on, man. Yeah, but yeah, I'm gonna end this for tonight. And Joe, thank you so much for coming on. I really do appreciate it.
Bye, everybody.
All right, man. Thanks again. Have a wonderful evening.
You too.
Or night now. It's past evening. Good night. Well, guys, that was a good show, I think. I don't know why my eye keeps watering. Must have smoked something. Got something in it. Yeah, so thank you so much, everybody, for showing up tonight. I think you guys made this a wonderful night. It was a good show. Thank you. Everybody in chat, thanks for being here. All my moderators, great job. You guys are awesome. Sandy, thank you. Who else? And Dawn of the Dead 420. Right on, brother. Welcome to the family. The show, whatever. I hope you come back. All right. And hopefully you subscribed and hit that bell and But to everybody else, if you enjoyed the show tonight, please hit that like button. If you're new, subscribe and share, and also leave comments below, and I'll get back to you on those. I love reading the comments. On that note, thank you again. I will see you guys in 2 days on Thursday. Enjoy the rest of 420. And have a wonderful night, guys. Peace and God bless. Bye.